I'm Richard Knockgrass, and we're about to find out whether or not you should save for a 20% down payment on a home. Obviously, one of the greatest hurdles to clear when trying to buy a home is coming up with the money. And this is especially true for first-time home buyers. You know, if you look at our most recent MLS statistics here in Dallas and Fort Worth, our average home price is somewhere right around $250,000. And most of us don't have $250,000 just laying around at our disposal for us to go purchase a home with. So what most people do, and if you look at this nationally, somewhere around 85% of homeowners purchase their home through the use of a mortgage. So they borrow some portion of that amount of money to purchase the home. So then obviously the question becomes, how much should we borrow and how much of a down payment do we need in order to make this work? And I run into a lot of people that seem to follow this sort of conventional wisdom that you need 20% down in order to purchase a home, which is absolutely not true. That is not the case. You do not need 20% down. We can go as low as 3.5% down in most cases. So what I really want to tackle in this video is then, is there any wisdom or logic in trying to get 20% down? And I'm going to make the argument that it is not about the down payment, it's about equity. Home ownership is a long game trajectory. This is all about building wealth and adding a really valuable asset, the home, into your wealth portfolio. So it's about building equity in the home, having something that's worth a whole lot that you owe absolutely nothing on. And the longer you try to save for that down payment, the more you're missing out on building wealth in that asset, the home. So I've put together an Excel spreadsheet here. This is going to be very math heavy, but I literally want to show you the math on what it looks like to try to save 20% on a home in this type of market, and I'm going to show you an alternative strategy for building equity in that home. So what I put together here is a sort of cross comparison between saving for 20% down on a $200,000 house versus what I'm calling a market-driven equity gain strategy on that same $200,000 house. Because again, we're going for equity, not the down payment. We're trying to get equity in the home. Trying to pay it off is what we're trying to do. All right, so what we're doing here is we're operating a $200,000 house. We're looking at 20%. We're assuming you've already got 10, all right, which is only 5%, and you're hung up on this 20% need, all right, and you say, well, I can save $1,000 a month. So this column here is our count for the month. So we're checking off 1 month, 2 month, 3 month. We're saving $1,000 a month trying to get 20%. All right, so here's our count percentage-wise on that. And here's the most important column in this entire spreadsheet, because our market is not flat. So we're trying to get 20% of a moving target. I'm calculating this at 6%, which, by the way, is extremely conservative if you actually look at our MLS statistics on this price point home. So we're calculating it at 6%, and you can see how that's counting up on a monthly basis. So it's a moving target. It's getting away from us, even at $1,000 a month clip. So let's see how long it's going to take us to get our 20%. So we'll scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. It takes us a whopping 39 months. That's over 3 years of saving $1,000 a month. And here's the problem. Instead of a $200,000 house, that house now costs $242,000. We're going to need $49,000 to get a 20% down payment. Oh, and by the way, we spent $60,000 in rent over that duration of time. Let's look at this. Let's look at something that might make a whole lot more sense to you. because it uses logic and wisdom. That same property, we had $10,000. Here we go. We have $10,000 as a down payment. That's a 5% down payment, which gives us a loan balance of $190,000. Okay, so what we're going to count here is this column. This is our monthly mortgage payment towards our principal, which brings our loan balance down a little bit every month. And here, since we have $1,000 a month that we are going to pay over here, trying to save towards our 20%, let's go ahead and apply that instead to our loan balance every month. So this is our actual new loan balance on a monthly basis as it works its way down. And here's the cool thing. In this scenario, the market was actually working against us. But in this scenario, we actually get to include that market value gain as part of our equity. So look how quickly here we come to 20%. It only takes 14 months, just over a year, to get to 20%. We've got a $171,000 loan balance, which otherwise computes out to $42,000 in equity, and we own a $214,000 home. But I thought, let's go ahead and carry this on out for the duration of time that it otherwise was going to take us, 39 months, to get to our 20%. What do we end up with? Well, we paid our loan balance off by $11,430. We also made an extra payments of the same $49,000, leaving us with a new loan balance of $139,297 on a $242,944 house, giving us $103,000 in equity, which we see right here. So let's look at this. Let's compare these strategies. At month 39, we're going to buy a $242,000 house at 20%. With that $49,000, we have paid off we need a loan of $193,944 just to get to 20% equity, versus this strategy, which at same month 39 in the same property, we now own a $242,000 house, but we've got a $139,000 loan balance, giving us 43% equity. Okay, a lot of math, I get it. But again, let me emphasize, homeownership is a long game plan. This is all about building equity in this asset to become part of your wealth portfolio. And the sooner you can get started in a market like this, the better for you, while prices are still relatively low. Look, Dallas and Fort Worth is now the 4th largest metropolitan area in the U.S. New York, LA, Chicago, Dallas, Fort Worth. And if you look at those other 3 cities and their sort of makeup, A, way more expensive cost of living, and B, much lower home ownership ratios. It's because it's so expensive. And I'm afraid, and my fear for a lot of people is that our market is going to go up so much that a lot of people are going to be priced out of even being able to participate in home ownership here in this market. So don't let that 20% down payment get in your way. Don't let the market price you out of participation. Buy in while you can, build equity in the home, let the market work for you, and pay off that loan balance as quickly as you can. I do this kind of stuff and I have these conversations with people on a regular basis. I'm going to put my phone number up. You can call, text, or email me anytime, and I've got great local lenders that can set you up with the mortgage that you need with great rates, and it's going to be a really good service all the way around. I look forward to hearing from you soon.